people of this country and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough.
This is the Patriots Prayer Podcast. It's a tremendous show, one of the greatest shows in the history of the world.
This is Bryson Gray, and you are watching the Patriots Prayer.
PPN, you're doing the right thing.
On the Patriots Prayer Network. Thank you all.
PPN on your bumper.
I'm Tom McDonald. This is the Patriot Prayers Network. Check it out. Lots of good TV. Lots of cool people. Tune in. Keep it locked.
I'm the white boy with the middle fingers in the air, dog. We don't give a what. 100 white boys gonna hold me down anywhere, dog. We think that you suck. My Patriots, the craziest. They ain't afraid of breaking fists on faces. If you really wanna taste of this, don't safety tip. The same mistake and spray the clip. I pray you miss, cause if you don't, they gon' go wacko. Automatic gun smoke like tobacco. Never hit a lady, but it's pretty hard to tell if you're a girl or a they, them, there's these, that, those. I ain't never gonna take a knee for the anthem. Smack them. I don't give a damn, can't stand them. Gang full of randoms, fan with a handgun. Run up in your mansion, leave it all abandoned. I was raised to be brave to the grave. United States, we love the country that they've been corrupting. Go woke and go broker if you ain't obeyed. My people of this country and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough, come stand with us, take USA back. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags. American flags. American flags. And every time we pull up, all you...
What's going on, my fellow tribe patriots? I'm your host on the Cowboys Indians podcast, episode 72 today. Man, we are flying through it. We have a couple of guests waiting in the rings, of course. Co-hosting with me today is my buddy Steve. How you doing today, Steve?
Man, I'm fantastic, brother. How about yourself? Let's see, Josh came in.
I'm good. I'm good. You know, it's been a fairly slow news day. There's been a couple of things that have happened. I know that there was a large earthquake, actually the sixth largest earthquake that we've recorded in, since we've been recording earthquakes, 8.8 magnitude earthquake that basically sent a tsunami warning all through Hawaii and the entire western coast of the United States. And this is something that, I've brought this up several times. You guys, thank you for joining. Thank you for sharing the podcast. I really, really appreciate it. It's awesome. But the earthquakes is something that I've been talking about for quite a while. And I made a post recently about how I don't know if you want to call it a premonition, but the dream that I had in regards to when the big earthquake is going to hit western the West Coast. Mm-hmm. And I made a post about it. It's got almost 1 million views now. I've freaked a whole bunch of people out because there was a lot of people that are just completely unaware of the Cascadia fault line and when that thing goes. Yeah. Dude.
Doom posting today, huh? Gotcha. Nice.
Yeah, just a little bit. But it's something that I've always had in the back of my head, and people are like, "Oh, have you had, what's your ratio on your predictions?" And I'm like, it's not a prediction. I'm a nobody, and I had it's just something that I've thought about for a long time. I had a dream about it, and basically my hair was at full length, and at the time I didn't have my hair grown out at all, and so my plan was that when I turned 35, I was going to start growing out my hair. Well, the circumstances changed that after I got married, that's when I decided to grow out my hair. So it almost feels like it sped up the timeline. So it's like, but who knows? I don't know, man.
Man,
but it's something we should prepare for.
Yeah, man. So speaking of cataclysmic events and the tsunami and all that stuff, the funniest post I saw about that was today. And you know that account, Greg, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, so he took a map of the Earth, right? And you know how Russia is all the way to the right side and the United States is to the left side.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he said, someone explained to me how an earthquake from Russia, and he drew it horizontally to the United States. How could a tsunami reach the United States from there? It had me rolling, bro.
Beautiful. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. Excellent trollery right here. Yeah, look at this. Greg.
Yeah, that was my favorite post on that, man.
Oh, that's perfect.
You could probably just draw the line underneath, Africa and South America, and then coming up.
Oh yeah, just all the way down over here. That's how it works. This basically proves that the Earth is flat, right? Or not flat? I don't know.
I'm not sure, man. Did you get any warnings or no on your side?
I mean, if we did, up the entire West Coast, they were warning about it, but
Like no, like it's text alerts or any of that. Like some people are getting. No. Okay.
No. Yeah, I'm not worried about the earthquakes happening over there, really causing too much damage over here. Now, if I was on the coastline, it'd be a little bit different, but
that makes sense.
Not how far inland I am.
Yeah, it's not like one of those end of the world tsunamis. You know, the ones that are like 5,000 feet tall. I forget. Is a John Cusack movie, I believe, the end of the world.
2012.
Yeah, that one where they had the gigantic tidal wave at the end. But, anyways, so I guess the only other real breaking news is a post I just made that if I receive 1 million X followers before the end of the year. I'm currently growing my hair out right now. It's starting to get a little length to it. But I will cut my hair into a mullet, and on the side I have a good barber that can do like designs and stuff. I will put 1 million X followers or something to that effect on the side of my head. I'm not gonna do it forever, right? But I will do it. I will probably
just while you have 1 million. So until you hit 2 million, that's the
No, but I'm going to do it, man. It's a lot. I think it's kind of a fun thing, and it's kind of a quid pro quo, maybe. Get me there, and then you guys can see me in a mullet and with something etched on the side of my face.
See, that would be beautiful. All right, you guys, we do have a couple of guests here waiting in the wings. We have Glenn Baker, Travis. He is the director and of the music video and the movie Finish This Fight, which is the entire reason why we're here today, is to highlight this event. And of course we have Joshua Holm, who is the veteran which we are currently raising funds for in order to get him some help walking again, which I'm really, really excited for it. So you know what, I don't really want to wait too long to bring him up, since I mean there's going to be a lot of talk about here, but
you want a sponsor shout out?
Before we do, I'm going to give our sponsors a shout out, so we can just, once we hop in, we can just get right to it.
Down and dirty.
Get down and dirty. All right, we'll be back in just a moment, guys.
Heard of Q Broadcast? It's taking the world by storm. People are cutting the cord to their high cable bills and moving away from streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, and others for something better. Q Broadcast. For just $60 a month, you'll get access to every channel you could ever want, including HBO, Cinemax, and Stars. And the best part? There are no contracts, no hidden fees, and you're free to cancel anytime. With Q Broadcast, you can enjoy streaming live TV, movies, and top series on up to 5 devices at once. Whether you're at home or on the go, Q Broadcast makes sure your entertainment is always at your fingertips. Imagine being able to watch all your favorite channels from anywhere, anytime, without any restrictions. We're talking about thousands of movies, hundreds of TV series, and a huge library of live channels, all in one place. And don't forget video on demand and pay-per-view events. Those are included at no extra cost, so you'll never miss a big event again. Now, take a second and think about your current cable bill. You're probably paying anywhere between $100 and $300 every month, locked into long-term contracts and hit with surprise rate increases. With Q Broadcast, that's a thing of the past. It's just $60 a month. No contracts, no extra fees, no hidden costs, and no price hikes. Why juggle multiple subscriptions like Netflix, Hulu, and cable when Q Broadcast gives you everything you need in one convenient package? People everywhere are switching to Q Broadcast, saving money and getting more content than ever before. So, what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description and sign up for Q Broadcast today. Just $60 a month, no contracts, no hidden fees. It's time to take control of your entertainment and start streaming smarter.
Use the QR code or the link in the description. Get with the times with the new broadcasting company, Q, that's CUE,
Yep.
Broadcasting. You get all the same channels, plus podcasts like ours. We do have a channel on there. So without further ado, let's bring up our guest tonight, Glenn Baker, Travis, and Joshua. Thank you all for joining. I really appreciate it. I wonder if we could just swap some things around here. Boom, boom, boom. That way we'll get all the guests up top.
There we go.
And then Steve and I down here below at the bottom.
We're so close together, Mo. But
I know.
Closer.
Glenn, how are you doing today? I know that you've had a lot going on. I know that you just got back from New York with these two gentlemen above me. Let me know how that went.
Brother, it was amazing. By the way, we were in the exact neighborhood of the shooter that was there 2 days ago and killed me. We were within just a few blocks of that last week. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
But while we were there, that didn't happen, but some amazing things did take place. It was an incredible week, guys. I mean, we're going to get a chance to chat about that, but I got to tell you, it's changed me and maybe forever. There were some things take place that just blew my mind.
Hey, Glenn, why don't you tell our audience, if people that haven't tuned in at all and don't know what's going on, just give them kind of a rundown on Josh and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me go back a little bit. My name is Glenn Baker. I'm a combat veteran, country music artist, and now podcaster with these guys. Well, not with them, but we're on the same channel, Patriot Prayer Network. Writing a book. We've now got a movie called Finish This Fight, Diary of a Pissed Off American Soldier. And about a year ago, man, God put on my heart, I had written a song that was going to support an organization that was putting an exoskeleton on a paralyzed veteran. When I got to film the music video, I found out they weren't doing it anymore. They weren't helping veterans anymore, Steve. And I'm like, what am I going to do, man? And God just leaned in. He said, Glenn, you're going to do it. You're going to go pick it up where they left off. And that's a big undertaking. All these things are $150,000 each. I thought I was just writing a song.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, but wait, there's more. And I had met Joshua the year before the music video. Actually had invited him to come be a part of it 3 weeks before we filmed. And dadgum, the next day, he ended up in the hospital about dead from an esophageal tear. And this warrior came out of the hospital, got in a van with his wife, and drove from Dallas, Texas to North Georgia and shot the music video with me. So this guy is an amazing dude. His nickname is the Man of Steel, but he was in an accident. He was not in an accident. He was wounded in 2003 multiple times. Has been fighting those wounds for 22 years, and almost 3 years ago, one of the wounds finalized. It snapped. It was in his closet. Turned his neck to the left, snapped, put him down. He's been in a chair ever since, chest down, paralyzed. But my biggest goal, the one that God gave me to do, was to get this young man back on his feet. And he's just the first of many. There's thousands, tens of thousands of our people out there that could use this technology. So this is just to, man, I always get that wrong. Just to this side is my friend Joshua Holm. Iraqi war veteran, chest down, paralyzed, and he's a hero. On over in the corner, the man that put it all together, this man I met about a year ago. There you go. This man I met about a year ago, and he is the director, producer of Finish This Fight, Diary of a Pissed Off American Soldier, as well as Finish This Fight, the music video. Travis Conover, a great friend of mine, and we were all in New York together last week, man.
Incredible.
Nice.
Travis, I want to know a little bit about what you guys had going on up in New York. I know that Glenn was telling his part of the story there, but I know that you were there as well. And what was the goal of going to New York, and what did you guys accomplish?
Yeah, this whole thing's been a long journey. I met Glenn literally 2 weeks before we started working together, and it was all over the phone, right? So the first day I meet Glenn, we're on set, like we're shooting. So kind of everything's been that way. It's all kind of been like, Glenn's like, I think we should go do this. I feel like we're called to go do this. Let's go do this. And I'm just like I'm on board, dude. I love the mission. I love what's happening with the Finish This Fight brand. So every single step of the way has just been like, he'll call me. He's like, I think this is the direction we're supposed to go. And I'm just like, I'm in for the ride, because, Josh is incredible man of God. He's a veteran, served our country well. He never took no for an answer. He's just got an incredible story, but he's not the only one, right? There are thousands of veterans just like him that are also paralyzed, waist down, chest down, you name it. And really the whole thing was, when we made the film, we wanted that to push the idea of putting exoskeletons on veterans. And that was way flipping harder than we thought, because most people or most companies that are doing this are not actually doing it. They just say they're doing it, and they're doing other things with their R&D department, right? This is just like a front so they can raise a bunch of money, get a bunch of government money, and then do other stuff. So we finally found a good company only, a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I saw a video. I was like, hey, this is exactly what we're trying to do. They actually look like they're doing it. Let's go say hi to them. So Glenn gets on the phone, and as he always does, he knocks down the door and gets a connection and start making calls. And so the reason we went up to New York, and the reason we're raising money is to have, I did it too. My number one right here, Joshua Holm, to be able to walk again. And I don't know if Glenn showed you the video, man, but it's so powerful. I was standing there watching him stand up in an exoskeleton and begin to walk, and it literally like tricked my brain. I was like, damn, Josh can walk again. This is freaking awesome. And then he unstraps it, and of course he's back in the wheelchair. But it was extremely emotional. It was extremely powerful, and we just wanted to capture it. So I'm making probably 10-15 minute like mini doc about it. But we kind of just made a teaser the other day, and we got a lot of great footage. We're going to put some cool stuff together, but we got to get people walking again, man. That's what the whole thing is. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. And this exoskeleton, it's French, right? Yeah,
the company is French.
It took me a second. Sorry, I should have blonde hair. But so why, since it's a French exoskeleton, why New York?
I think I can answer that. So I've been on this mission for 3 years, Steve. I've been diving into it hard for a little over a year.
Yeah.
What I found was there's two major companies in the United States that are exoskeleton. They're supposed to be the top tier. But in the last 10 years, there's been less than 100 units put onto military veterans that are paralyzed. Less than not 100 a year, 100 total, less than 100 total. The VA has only supplied 35 of them. And that's wrong, man. We've got between 5,000 and 10,000 people that are physically capable of using one of the old technology. And the old technology, you had to have the upper body strength and the hand strength to manipulate two canes to keep your balance while it was walking for you. So to answer your question, this new technology coming out of France is next generation. It is self-balancing, AI-driven exotechnology, where that requirement of upper body strength and hand strength is no longer going to be there. Right. That takes 10,000 up to probably somewhere between 30 and 40,000 American veterans that would qualify for this particular technology. And again, they're not getting any of it. So our goal, obviously, is to get my buddy Joshua back on his feet. And when we get him to talking in a minute, I'm gonna find his what's our safe word, Joshua? I don't remember. Banana. Okay, banana. But to get him back on his feet first, but he is going to become our spokesman. This man is incredible. And Joshua, should we tell him about the push-ups?
I was going to save that, but absolutely.
He was like, I would table that because I don't want to show off.
Well, so the funny thing is, guys, okay, so I want everyone to know that's listening and everything. So, guys, I did not know what feat that I had already done. I did not know that I found out that there's not very many people that have done push-ups on thumbs only with the use of weights. And my weights were my 22 pounds of braces that I wore for 10 years after it being told I'd never walk again. But yet, guys, I did not know what the word no meant. When I heard the word no, it was on. I was like, I got it. I mean, because when I was doing physical therapy, they asked me, can you do this? They never said, can you do this without pain? So pain was part of the process of my perfection. Pain's your friend. It's not there to hurt you. It's only there to help you. And if you have a choice, you can feel everything or you can feel nothing, which means pain too. If you have that choice, what are you going to choose? And I had to choose, I'm going to feel pain. And guys, just because you see me walking, just because people see me doing those push-ups on 2/22 of 2022, where I did 22 push-ups on thumbs only with 22 pounds of braces for the 22 a day that have lost hope. That's why we call it hashtag 22 healed. Guys, I did that because when I could have gave it my all, when I did run my 2 miles in 9:47 just jogging, when I was 197 pounds, when I was a 19.5-inch neck, when I was that large, I never gave it my all. But then when it's all stripped away from you, and then you're giving another chance, another breath, another heartbeat, guys, I tell you right now, I know now that I got my voice back that the Lord himself has showed me that hope is the heartbeat of a warrior. That's what keeps us as warriors across the globe going. So that's
Josh,
why.
Yeah. So crazy that you mentioned talking about pain. I don't know if you can see my wallpaper, but it's a lion, right?
Yeah.
And it says use pain as fuel.
Good.
That's amazing.
And the 22 is there.
Well, that was just a coincidence.
Yeah, there ain't no coincidence.
Is it a coincidence though?
Fair enough.
I wanted to show you guys exactly what they accomplished up here in New York. They traveled up there to give this a test run. This was what, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago now?
It was last week. Yeah.
Oh my God! What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Last week.
Okay. Well, geez, it felt like longer, but yeah, this was really, really fascinating. You guys, check this out. So this is the actual product itself, and him trying it on for the first time, and I mean, it had been how many years since you had taken any steps there, Josh?
31 months to the day.
31 months to the day, and yeah, the mini doc isn't out yet, but we do have this footage of him actually using it for the first time.
You leaning forward.
No, I'm perfectly good, like I said. So one of the things I did there most was a standing. And so I was in that thing for hours, back and forth, and all that. Yeah, I was locked in. And then I had a standing picture.
So no canes, no nothing to where you need to stabilize yourself with your upper body. This is, and of course the it won't be attached to a wire initially. This is just the test run, right?
This is actually the clinical unit. If you look to the right, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but if you look to the right, sitting in a chair is the actual take-it-home model.
Okay.
And they're a little bit lighter. Well, they may not be in there that day.
Yeah, they are. They're sitting right there. There's two of them on the right hand side.
Yeah.
But they are self-balancing. This one is a clinical unit. It helps you exercise your body and get used to it. And then the home ones are self-balancing. So it's a little bit different technology, but it's essentially going to look the same.
Wow. And that was it. I mean, that was the big moment
where. And then the thing about that, guys, that really blew me away the most is that what I was concerned about and it did not say was I thought because it being AI driven and it did not know the limitations of a human being, because everyone has a breaking point. So everyone has a pain tolerance and stuff. And I'm not concerned about it because I have a very high tolerance and I've pushed beyond that before many times. But I was surprised to see that there was no pain in my neck. There was no pressure. I felt like I was cloud walking, guys, literally.
That's amazing.
I thought I was going to be very spasmic, which means
right.
In a sense, because one thing I have done being in the chair for 31 months is I have continued to move because movement is key. Even with atrophy sitting in, even being paralyzed, you can still move. And what I started doing was using a tennis ball to have full range of motion, manually pushing my hand and manually pushing my legs, going back and forth, picking my leg up, putting it on my chest, stretching with it. I can't feel the pain of stretching to know when to do it, but I would just do that periodically and I would begin to move my arms. And you guys are going to see me use my hands a lot, but you're also going to see me grab this hand because I had a stroke here. So that hand that hand doesn't go out naturally unless I lift it up and then I use tricep and bicep, which naturally I can open it and I can shut it. And eventually I can stop the tremors. But that didn't come overnight. That came consistently doing it over and over and over again. So even the therapists, they were blown away that I had not taken a step in 31 months. And yet they saw that they had full range of motion with my body and there was no spasmic activity for the most part. Now, after I got out of the suit at night, there was a little spasmic activity. There was a little bit of tightness here and there that I could feel in some jumps in the toes and stuff. But that's normal. That's what needed to happen.
Well, dadgummit, son, on day 2, he took 1,300 steps with that thing.
Crazy.
Yeah.
13. I don't want to take 1,300 steps in an hour.
I was going to say, you're more active than the average American.
Right.
Oh, man. Seriously. But he just kept going and going and going and going. What's the Energizer Bunny, right?
Yeah. Well, I told you, give me the pink suit, give me the drums, and just get me the $1 million check for it, and I will be the new money.
So it was 3 days, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So did you feel any, like, was it any different throughout day 1, 2, and 3, or was it roughly about the same?
Periodically the same. I had a little fatigue. You could tell. My wife could tell. Everybody could tell. Yeah, because what they started doing, okay, so day 1, I want you to understand. So day 1, okay, so this is a therapy bot. So they have 100% resistance where basically it's 100% them push, like, because they're behind me with the iPad, they're giving it movements because I didn't know any of the movement. They had to teach me all this concept of leaning forward and then trusting the process of it. Because a lot of people, you would think, okay, here you are like this, that you would actually be scared and you would not trust the process that this 220-pound bot. Now think about it. Out of all the numbers it could have been, that bot weighs 220 pounds. That therapy bot.
22 again. It's a coincidence.
So we're going to begin to see a pattern here because guess what? It's not just a pattern. It's actually a design. And just like how we look at many things and we say, okay, like you see this kryptonite here. So I'm the man of steel, and I've always said pride is my kryptonite. Well, I have a very good friend. He's a street racer, and his car is called what? Kryptonite. And yet he's about to bring his warrior home because before we went to New York, his son was involved in an accident where he lost a leg. And so now we're going to be helping with Finish His Fight Foundation and Still Hope and all that. We're going to be helping bring Jacob home and getting him into a track chair and so on like that. Guys, everybody has a fight to fight and everybody has a fight to finish. But you have to step up to the line because if you don't ever start, you never will finish.
It's very true. Absolutely true, man. So how has it been since you've been home from New York, Josh?
Well, I was a little saddened the day that I knew we were going to have to leave because I did not want to get attached to the bot, and I didn't really even want to name it because, I became very personal with it. I took over.
Yeah.
So this bot has only been in New York since February. That clinic has only been open since February.
Wow.
And I got to take the 100,000th step.
That's awesome.
In less than an hour, because we had an hour from the time we get there, from the time that I strap on, from the time that we do that. So the 1,300 steps was less than an hour. And I wasn't like running. I'm just walking and walking and walking. Next thing you know, I'm doing the moonwalk, which I did see Travis actually knows how to do the moonwalk. I saw that video. So yeah. So you got to show me some moves.
Yeah, man, we'll get there. We'll do a dance.
Hey, man, you better be careful because I'm sure that in the next couple of years, this AI technology is going to get a lot better. And all of a sudden, he's going to be pulling off these breakdancing moves better than you can.
Yeah, that's true. We were laughing about that. I was like, man, seriously, 10 years from now, he'll be running around. I have no doubt.
Josh, I have a question.
So much.
Yeah, absolutely.
You said you didn't want to name the exoskeleton when you were in New York City.
Yeah, well,
that means to me that you do have a name.
Oh, I do.
What's the name of it?
I told him that that we need to call it Iron Horse or Rolling Thunder because I was so either Rolling Thunder because you listen, that thing's loud. And
I heard it. Yeah.
You don't want to step on your toes. You don't want to step on Oh, that thing's heavy. But yeah, I was thinking either Iron Horse or Rolling Thunder. But then, I mean, I nicknamed it Steel because I'm the man of steel, man. I mean, steel, you can't beat that. Standing, transforming, encouraging, and loving. I mean, that's legacy, brother. That's what it's all about.
That thing does sound like a Decepticon when you're going. I think it's.
I was going to say, I thought it was going to be Optimus Prime, bro.
Yeah, it's Steelicon. That's what we're going to call you, Steelicon.
Steelicon. Have you guys ever thought of maybe pushing this up to Congress?
Yeah, I've got some connections taking place right now in Georgia with Doug Collins, who's on the VA subcommittee. People are already seeing what we're doing because since we went to New York, and let me just tell you guys what that really meant. That going to New York was a leap of faith, literally. And you guys were part of that the last 2 weeks. I've put over out of my pocket 6 figures into this project in the last year. I don't have any pocket left. But when we met with the company out of France, and they said, hey, we've got a room, we've got an opening in the clinical trial. Do you want to come? We immediately said yes. I didn't have the money for it. And quite frankly, we didn't even raise quite enough money to pay all the bills while we were there. We came within about $5,000. But it was a leap of faith. Gentlemen, this faith mission or this mission, yeah, it's a mission that I'm on, is got a price tag of about $15 million over the next year and a half, with 100 exoskeletons being available. I did find out they can make them. They can produce more than that. So we're going to work our butts off to make this thing out in the public eye, gathering money up through fundraising events, through movies, through music tours. I got some people in the country music world that have found out about it, and they're willing to come at least a discounted rate and do maybe a 10-city tour where we can raise that money, where we can do red carpet premieres and events, meet and greets. But without you guys and what you did for us last week, we wouldn't have been able to go.
Absolutely. It was incredible.
We'd have had to cancel. And Uncle Tonto and Steve Loves Ammo stepped up and helped us, and for that I'm forever grateful.
Absolutely.
Well, I don't feel like we have only done what we felt was right, and I don't feel like the whole responsibility of you guys going to New York City was up to us. I think everything you guys have been doing, we just pushed what you guys are doing. We haven't been involved as much as you guys have throughout this whole process. So I just want to commend all 3 of you guys on what you have done, and we're just lucky enough to be a part of it. You guys are it.
I appreciate the humbleness, and I appreciate it a lot. Don't get me wrong. But when God puts a plan together, it's not just 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
There's other pieces of the puzzle that we don't even know we're going to need. And there's still people that we don't know we're going to need because this is a huge undertaking. Guys, I'm a country boy from Pryor, Oklahoma. 8,000 people. I got me a 5th grade education. Well, I went a little farther than that.
8,000 people, man, that's a giant town.
Yeah,
that's the size of my hometown.
That's
how many kids I have.
That's over triple the size of my town.
Good Lord, that's why I like you, my friend. That's why I like you. But he's put this huge undertaking on me, and every time there's a need, he brings somebody in front of me that can help meet that need. And you guys have, for the last, I don't know how many years, we haven't really talked about how long you've been building your platform, but you guys have done tremendous. Between the 2 of you, 600,000 plus followers. I don't have that. I can put this thing out all day long on all of my channels and not get a 1/10 of the following that you guys have. So when I tell you I'm paying attention, brother, I'm paying attention, and you guys stepped up, and I appreciate it.
When you guys got to think about it like this. The other thing is, what I'm saying, this thing ran on batteries, right? And the thing is, like, I'm using this thing. I'm not the operator, and I'm not the owner, and I'm not the engineer. But you can ask Travis and Glenn. I could tell when that thing needed the batteries to be changed. And I told him, something's different. And this was my first time in it. But listen, you guys are the ones that are connecting people to that charger. So you are that source. Without every one of those straps, without every one of those wires, that machine is just dead in the water. It needs power. It needs to be plugged in. You guys are plugging people in. You got to think about what is the most insignificant thing is the thing that you don't have when you need it the most, and you don't even know it. A lot of times that could be a lifesaver. Sometimes that could be it might be air, or it might be fuel for your car, or power. But you don't know what it is until you need it and it's not there. So guys, literally, I felt like I wanted, the reason why I was so silent and I was so focused, because guys, I wanted to be laser focused on, and I wanted to make you guys proud. I wanted each and every one, every dollar, every dime, every prayer, everything you guys gave and more. I wanted you guys to know that the Man of Steel is 100% going to stand. He's going to step, and we're going to deliver.
Man, I absolutely love that. Hey, speaking of that, you guys, we have 5,600 people watching right now. If you could, please share out this podcast so we can get the awareness out as far and as wide as we can go. Because, without you guys sharing and this podcast, then we're just talking to a screen here, right? And so we're doing our best to help spread awareness. And if you guys can, please, you can go to the givesendgo.com/finishthisfight to donate. If you can help financially, if you can't help financially and you want to just help spread awareness, then please share this out on every platform that you have. Tell your mom about it. Tell your uncle about it. Tell your best friend down the street about it. And this is how we make change. And,
Yes.
One of the big things that I've pushed for years now is the tribe of patriots. And in order to be a tribe of patriots, we have to watch each other's backs, or have each other's backs, and actually support. It's not just support for a congressional bill. It's not just support for a candidate in the next election. It has to be actually putting in the effort and the work for our fellow citizens, because in this country, the power still remains in the hands of the people themselves, and we got to take care of each other. And this is one of the best ways to do it, especially for a veteran like Joshua here. So thank you guys for sharing this out. Thank you for donating at givesendgo.com/finishthisfight. We really, really appreciate it. And Travis, I had a question for you, because the way that you were describing this stuff, it reminded me of when we first met. I think it was in CPAC, right? Yes.
Yeah.
At CPAC, you were wearing a hat and it said 10,000, right?
10,000 things.
Yeah, and so this was a fascinating story. And if you can, just share us a little bit with the steps, because the last podcast that we had Joshua on, he was kind of telling us about the story, what he prayed for, and all the steps it took to go through his journey. And I think people can underestimate the power of prayer, and that story that you told, that little bit, it stuck with me to this day, and I love the way you told it. So if you can, please just revisit that for me, so we can get an idea of what we're talking about when I ask you guys to share or to put in a good prayer for us. This is kind of what I mean here.
Yeah, we the story behind the hat, which it says 10,000 things. The story behind the hat is we have a big revival at our church every year. And for the last couple of years, we've had Tim Delina come. He's from Times Square Church in New York, where I actually went for a while when I lived up in New York. But he preached this message called 10,000 Things. And essentially what it is between the time you ask God for something, right, a righteous cause, to the time he delivers on that promise or on that ask, he does 10,000 things you cannot see. And that has been it's been such an anthem for me, just remembering, like, sometimes when you ask for something, there's 10,000 things that have to be done for that to come to pass. And that hat is just such a good reminder. As soon as I saw that, I had to get it, because that message has stuck with me for the last couple of years. And it's cool because every time I go somewhere, people with that hat on, people ask, and it's a cool opportunity for a good reminder of, look, we got to keep asking so that we can receive. And in the midst of it, we got to have faith that those things are going to happen. Those 10,000 things are going to come to pass.
And I see a lot of people get discouraged, when they put out prayers, and you don't always understand the process which it takes to get you to a certain point, or maybe that these what you see as a burden can turn out to be a blessing in the end. You don't always understand the process. I got 2 little boys, right? And my 12-year-old, well, he's turning 12 here very soon, but there are some times when he'll ask something, like, well, why, Dad? And I'm like, because I said so, because I can't explain the world to him every single time. I can't go down this list of reasons why I have. Well, it's because of this. I don't have time for that. There are some times where it's just because I said so, and to me, that's an acceptable answer. Well, I feel like, as my Father, our Lord and Savior, He doesn't always have that kind of time to explain that to us in a reasonable fashion. It's more so He's just going to show us the way, or give us the opportunities to walk down the path that He's laid out for us. And so you're not always going to be satisfied during that time where those 10,000 things are taking place. You're not always going to be satisfied in that, or feel like that prayer is being answered, but it is. It takes time. It is a slow process at times. And it is very, very important to keep the faith and understand that everything happens for a reason, and it's a process.
Yeah. I'm reminded a lot, because my life has been just such an example of that, of where it's like, I'll hear a promise from God. I'll hear, or I'll pray for something that I know is His will, and it takes years to get there. And it's like, we remember Abraham in the Bible, didn't have kids. Speaking of children, didn't have children until he was nearly 100 years old. But God gave him that promise and said, I'm even going to change your name from Abram to Abraham, because you're going to be the father of many nations. And he goes, God, I don't even have a single child. How are you going to make me the father of many nations? And he goes, that's what faith is for. That's the definition of faith. So yeah, having faith in that interim is the hard. We can tell the great story at the end, and everybody goes, oh, that was wonderful that they got to experience that. What they don't see is the wheelchair and the traumatic brain injury, and they don't see the hours and hours of rehab. They don't see the crying wife. They don't see the struggle and all the pain and the spasms, and they don't see the things behind the curtain. They just see the success of it, and they go, oh, that's nice for them. Yeah, but they struggled and they fought and they freaking prayed, man. All of us. Did you show them the teaser, Glenn?
Did before we went on, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we were praying every day there, like, bless this trip, and it was palpable that God was with us on that trip. I could feel it, and it was amazing. So yeah, it's that 10,000 things. A lot of times, those 10,000 things are what really freaking hurt, but they're necessary to accomplish the mission.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I do have the teaser right here, or the trailer, rather. So yeah, we'll go ahead and play it. Oh wait, hang on. Oh, hold up. I'm not
acted out.
I mean, I'm pretty, but I'm not as pretty as the trailer.
All right, here we go.
So I had a 60 millimeter mortar that landed 3 feet in front of me, and so it didn't cook off. And so it technically they would consider it to be a dud, but it wasn't a dud. It had a broken propeller on it. I got pictures of it. I carry with me and stuff. It's about the size of a 1.5 liter bottle, but it has kill radius about 25 meters, 20 to 25 meters. So basically, if that round would have went off, then confirmed dead would have been 20 to 25 meters. Been 31 months since I've been able to stand on even with a brace, or being able to take one single step. So it's been 31 months to the day yesterday.
And then God leaned in and He said, you know what? You're going to do a foundation. You're going to be the one to help these boys, and some girls, I'm sure, get to walking again, back on their feet.
It became so real when we physically came here, and I physically got to see face to face to that unit, and knowing that, I mean, like I said, it's pretty much like an avatar. I mean, I felt like
plugged in and we became one. Like I was breathing with it, you know. Like, I mean, it just incredible. I mean, I can't even imagine. I can't even describe the feeling that I have. But like, it was like deep down inside of me. It's like, you know what? I felt like I can fight again. I really am able to stand again, and I'm like, I can do this.
Like, I guess the sense of pride, like to stand tall, no matter what height you are. Not a jab at Glenn, but you know, just to stand. Just to stand, I think is huge. We take it for granted.
Wow.
Yeah. You guys need
powerful.
I'm allergic to it.
Get some Benadryl, boys. Get some Benadryl.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
My eyes are leaking.
You know, obviously the documentary is going to be, the mini doc's going to be like 10, 15 minutes. But what I didn't put in that little trailer is he describes the 4 major injuries that led him to being in the wheelchair right now. And the one that he was describing in that trailer was that a bomb landed right in front of him and was not a dud, but miraculously did not go off. And you'll hear it in the documentary, but you didn't hear it in the trailer because I wasn't mic'd up, but I was interviewing him, and I said, "So basically, you're a miracle because you shouldn't be here." And he goes, "Yeah, that's right. I'm a miracle." And I just love it, man. It was awesome. And you know, Glenn was saying how much we appreciate your support. We also appreciate the support of everybody that has donated so far. I mean, about 10,000 has come in. That made it possible for us to go there and for you to see that trailer. But nobody is more freaking deserving than this guy. I'm telling you. Just getting to know Glenn, getting to know Josh. These are men of honor and integrity. And please, $20 is, I mean, dude, people are spending $10 on a Starbucks coffee, just full of sugar and crap. And they're doing that like daily. Like, just put that aside, make your coffee at home this week and just give $20-$30 to this event. If everybody watching did that, we could get him in an exoskeleton and he'd be walking every damn day of his life from now on.
It's crazy. Right now, it looks like there's almost 7,200 people just on one channel watching. If 7,200 people gave $20, we could pay for that thing right now.
Exactly. Yeah, man, Josh, like, I think everybody has a purpose in life, right? And what you've gone through, coming so close to meeting our maker, and then coming through that and being able to be involved in this entire process. I don't want to speak for him, but it seems like maybe you were put on this earth to assist other veterans and you be the leader of this exoskeleton movement. And I want to tell you something, and I'm going to tell my audience this. So I lost my job about 3 weeks ago, and hearing you talk, man, it like reignited a fire within me, because I did some soul searching and stuff, and things happen for a reason, right? Throughout your entire life, your plan has already been written. It's been written, and everybody that's going to be born in the future, their plan has already been written. It's done, right? But what I've learned is when adversity hits you, 2 things are very important: how you act to that adversity and how you react to it. And I've did some soul searching, and I'm not going to use my unemployment, being laid off, as like a negative outcome, because why dwell on something that's already happened? All I can do is push to the future, right? And I have so much support on the internet, like with my followers and all that stuff. It drives me every single day to just post truth and just continue the fight. So Josh, I just want to tell you, man, me meeting you, I think was some sort of divine intervention, because I truly feel meeting you has just inspired me. And I'm just so proud to be a part of this and being a part of this fight and continuing on. And I want to be fully involved as much as I can. And I will spread the word, the gifts and go and all of that as much as I can, brother. And I owe you a steak dinner one day.
Absolutely. And I'll definitely take that steak dinner.
Yeah, I know you will. What bet wouldn't?
So, hey, one thing I like to say, man, is one of the things that helped me heal, guys. I love what Travis said, because, guys, people are not seeing the full picture. And honestly, what made me and my wife heal the most, outside of physically not seeing the hurt that we had, from the injuries that because guys, I want to thank each and every one of our warriors for their service, but I cannot say enough about the silent sacrifices of the families, the dependents that never spoke a word of abuse, of hurt, of all the different things. Because, guys, I hurt my wife and children the most, and I couldn't even see it. God, my pride was my kryptonite, God. It's almost killed me. I was holding on to it. It was so pretty. I was holding on to it, and I was becoming so weak. But inside, I didn't realize that there was a fire inside me that needed to burn again. So, see, if I could say one thing to you, bro, hold that fire inside you. Let it burn all the residue, all the ash. Because, listen, when you begin to poke it, that's when you begin to move, bro. That locomotive, that steam engine, guys, you got to do something with it. A lot of people it's perception is not just everything. It's conception and perception, and you have to do it all. But it's all about taking and the shift. The Lord showed me before this happened on December 21st, 2022, about a year before this. I have a little podcast out there that we did 22 episodes. Didn't know it was going to be that. But the very last one, the Lord showed us to do it like a 20, 30-minute little thing that we could turn to a DVD or whatever. And it's called Shift Happens. When you silence your fears, it automatically activates faith, and it happens. But if you remove faith, you got a big pile of something. And two, if you do, that's do that stinks. So don't do. Do with purpose, do with heart, do with meaning. Seriously, guys. I mean that's the raw but real. That's what I want people to know, is that, listen, I am so serious. Listen, I'm not a perfect man. I sin every day. I've cussed. I drink. I've done all these things like that. But I'll tell you, what do I do? I can't make it to my knees right now. So what do? I put my hand on the ground every single day, every single night. I wake up in the morning. I clap my hands. When I couldn't even say the words, I just clapped my hands. But this is what I'm saying. It's a great day to be alive.
I love that song.
Start my day like that, guys. You can start in victory. You don't have to start in defeat to get to victory. And then nothing else can help. There's an old hymnal that says, "Love lifted me." That's what we're doing, guys.
All right, so John Roberts here, he has a question. He said he has donated to the exoskeleton device, but he said, question for Glenn as well. Other than our support for the exoskeleton device, we want to send a gift card for Josh and his lovely wife. How can we do this for things like dinner and a movie for them, or just something to encourage them? Love their story and praying because, like it's already been said, prayer changes things.
Absolutely. Josh, you've got a mailing address for them? I'll put it in the comments.
A mailing address?
Mailing address, yeah.
Yes, that's fine. P.O. Box 550, Mineral Wells, Texas.
Hold on, man. I can't type that fast. 550?
Yeah, P.O. Box 550.
He's got short fingers, bro.
Yeah, Mineral, M-I-N.
Why everybody got to talk about short? Mineral Wells, Texas. What's the zip code?
76068.
Say it again.
76068.
Man, not only am I short, I can't see. I'm blind in one eye and can't see out the other. Okay.
I did like the little dig at your height there in the,
We're putting together a heartfelt documentary, just a 2-minute teaser, and somebody got to talk about my height, man. And this time it's his wife.
No, because she's taller than you.
Who is not very tall, by the way.
Tell Crystal I got a bone to pick with her too. I'm telling you now.
Oh man.
No, absolutely, John. Thank you for asking that question. Yeah, send it. I just posted it in the comments section.
Yes.
Yeah, but listen, these guys are building a retreat in Mineral Wells, Texas, for other veterans and first responders to come and heal. And he's doing it from a wheelchair right now. That's why we're getting him an exoskeleton so he can actually use a shovel and get back to work. But he's a warrior.
Sandbags again, man.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it too, Steve, on a live stream while we were in New York. Send his wife some flowers or something, guys. Like, it is hard, and this is obviously a truth for anybody that's, you know, a spouse to anybody that's in that situation. Is it's not freaking easy to be have something and then have it taken away like that. But it's also not easy to support that person because it is so difficult, Josh. And I'm sure you can attest to that more than anybody. She's like the silent warrior in the background doing all this stuff. And she, you know, send her some flowers, send her a gift card, you know, send her a card, just a card.
Anything you guys can do, you know. I mean, and the thing is too. I mean, I want everyone to know that the thing is, I mean, like they work hard. Your families make sacrifices, and they don't even complain about it. Like I said, I did not realize how many things my kids did until one time. Here I was after I had the stroke. You know what I'm saying? Before I could walk and all that, before getting back on the braces and that my kids muted the TV. They dimmed the lights for me to stay in the room. Because if dad went and laid down, you know what I'm saying, if mom helped get dad over or whatever like that, they thought I want to be with them. So they would rather mute the television. They would rather dim the lights, give dad, you know, all the different things. They make sacrifices, guys, and they never complain. And yet I was hurting them just like anybody else. I was selfish. I was doing things that I had not even seen. I didn't realize that because of my traumatic brain injury, emotionally, I was draining them. And then there was verbal things. I was crossing lines, and the body language alone. And I had no idea. I wasn't doing it to be aggressive, but there was 0 to 500. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to different things like that. But now, guys, that fuel, that fire is inside me. And the one thing I love about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, guys, is that the fire was in them. That's the reason why they could not be burned. They weren't in the fire. The fire was in them. If you look at the scripture, it says that God's eyes are fire, guys. There's a fire inside each and every one of you guys. You know what I'm saying? And you got to keep that ember going, and you got to breathe on it. But the one thing I would like to say is one thing that's helped me the most was actually going to a retreat and with me and my wife. And rather than my wife being behind me like most retreats are, my wife was beside me. And then they had a Native American healer. And I loved about the medicine wheel. And they talked about the Native American, how in a sense they sent their warriors to war, but they welcomed their warriors home before they even sent their warriors to war. And they thanked them before they even had a scar, a scratch, or did anything of service. So if they came back, they welcomed them home the same. They didn't treat them differently. And the one thing about being a combat veteran is the fact the reason why you guys don't want to say anything is because you don't want your family to see you in a different light, guys. But you have to say something, because when you say nothing, you're saying so much more. You say more than what you think you can. I mean, you think you're being silent, and you oh, wow, I can't talk about that. I don't want them to I don't want them to see me differently. Guys, they're already seeing you differently. Just give them something. Just give them something. You don't have to go into the war. You don't have to go into the physical injury. Just give them something. Say something.
Right on.
Hey, Travis, Glenn, it is about that time to get out of here. Joshua, I want to thank you guys all for coming on the podcast, but I know that you guys have some, but basically, where can people find you? Finish the Fight, the documentary, the movie, the song. Where can they find any of this stuff to help give the support, not only just to the Give Send Go at givesendgo.com/finishthisfight, but where else can they find this?
Well, my stuff's pretty easy. If you don't Google, whatever the other one is, I don't know. Glenn Baker, Yeah, whatever. Glenn Baker with 2 N's. Glenn Baker Country Music. You'll find all of my music. The movie is at finishthisfight.us. Finishthisfight.us. Got a beautiful website there. Glenn Baker Band is on my social media. 2 N's. Again, if you use one, you're going to find some Irish dude over in Europe, and I'm way better looking than he is. So 2 N's. But yeah, that's the easiest way to find me, and finishthisfight.us. And guys, really my mission right now is this exoskeleton for this young man. And by the way, if you decide you want to buy a copy of this movie, it's $10.99. 100% of that is going to go to this project as well.
Amazing.
Wow.
Incredible.
Travis?
Yeah, I mean, you can find me on just Travis Conover anywhere, on X, on Instagram. I think it's Travis Conover Official. Because it was just Travis Conover, and then Meta kicked me off, so I had to start over as Travis Conover Official. But that's not the important thing, guys. Like, I just want people to go and share this and donate and get involved. People ask me all the time, what can I do? I hear it all the time. So don't look for Travis Conover. I don't want any credit on this. I just want Josh to be able to walk again, and I would love to see many others have the same experience. So just go to the website, donate, share it to all your rich friends, and you know, just get involved. Honestly, just get involved. So many people talk about how they would do this and that and the other thing. It's constant. I would have, if I was there, I would have. Well, you're here right now, and you can do something. And if you don't, then it makes me wonder: would you really do that? Are you really all just talk? If you can't put $20 in, you can't put $100 in. Are you, or would you really do it? So, looking this man in the face, what would you say to him in person? You know, so just think about that. Don't worry about me. I just want to see them. I just want to see Josh walk again. It's really all I care about.
Absolutely. Guys, hope is the heartbeat of a warrior. TheManOfSteel.com. That's me. Hashtag 22healed. Guys, I'm a real person that has real vices that I've told the enemy, you don't have a vice grip no more. I'm not going to allow that tool to be used to torture me or to torture anybody else. Guys, I'm not. I tell you, there's 3 things I tell you, and this is it. Things that you're ashamed of you can't talk about. Pride blinds you from seeing the reality around you. But there's a very small thing that most people truly don't have fruit of. That's confidence. My definition of confidence, it is the substance that supports the structure, lays the foundation for your character. I'll say it one more time. It is a substance that supports the structure that lays the foundation for your character. If you're not uplifting someone, then you will not be uplifted yourself. Love lifted me. And so, guys, that's all I got to give, man. It's love,
that's awesome.
Life. And, guys, it's all about that one shift. It's about shifting your mind, shifting your body, and shifting no matter what else happens. There is hope. Hope is the heartbeat of a warrior. Thank you.
Take that microphone and drop it.
Yeah, you wrote that down somewhere, hopefully, bro.
I did. One of these brain injury things over here. So.
Well, gentlemen, thank you. I look forward to working with you guys, and hopefully getting this out, spread as wide and far as we can. And that's where we call on you guys to help out. So please share this podcast anywhere on all of your socials. Tell your friends about it. Tell your mom about it. Tell everybody you know. That way we can get the word out. And by the way, a beautiful dog you got there.
This
so
is Willow.
God bless you guys. What was the name?
Willow. Old English for freedom. That's what Crystal called it.
Willow.
There
What
you got. Without it.
Of course, you guys can find me at Law Native Patriot. My co-host here, Steve, at Steve Loves Ammo on X. We stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Well, not every Friday, but this Friday we do have Tom McDonald coming on for a Conspiracy Friday. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Please join us. We will see you guys then. Thank you for joining. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for donating to the Give, Send, Go. I really appreciate it. God bless you guys. God bless America. We'll see you on Friday.
Peace.
My people of this country and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough.
This is the Patriots Prayer Podcast. It's a tremendous show, one of the greatest shows in the history of the world.
This is Bryson Gray, and you are watching the Patriots Prayer.
PT, and you're doing the right thing.
On the Patriots Prayer Network. Thank you all.
PPN on your bumper.
I'm Tom McDonald. This is the Patriot Prayers Network. Check it out. Lots of good TV. Lots of cool people. Tune in. Keep it locked.
Know where I stand. I'm the white boy with the middle fingers in the air, dog. We don't give a what. 100 white boys gonna hold me down anywhere, dog. We think that you suck. My patriots, the craziest. They ain't afraid of breaking fists on faces. If you really wanna taste of this, no safety tip. Just aim the stick and spray the clip. I pray you miss, cause if you don't, they gon' go wacko. Automatic gun smoke like tobacco. Never hit a lady, but it's pretty hard to tell if you're a girl or a they, them. There's these, that, those. I ain't never gonna take a knee for the anthem. Smack them. I don't give a damn, can't stand them. Gang full of randoms. Fan with a handgun. Run up in your mansion, leave it all abandoned. I was raised to be brave to the grave. United States, we love the country that they've been corrupting. Go woke and go broker if you ain't obeyed. My people of this country and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough, come stand with us, take USA back. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flag.